Good morning, students. Today we'll know about the chapter Food and Health. Let's first know about nutrients. What are nutrients? These are substances present in food that are required for proper growth and development of a body. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals are the main nutrients that may be present in different foodstuffs. Children, in this slide you can see the various food items containing different types of nutrients. The different nutrients should be taken in appropriate amounts to remain healthy and to make our diet balanced. A balanced diet is a diet that helps to maintain or improve overall health. It provides the body with essential nutrition like carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, etc. Carbohydrates provides energy, proteins help to grow and repair worn out tissues, fats provides energy and warmth. Vitamins are necessary for proper functioning of our body and minerals are necessary for proper functioning of our body. Now children, in this slide you can see the healthy eating pyramid where we can have a focus on fat, salt and sugar which should be eaten less. Then comes milk and dairy products, bean products and meat which should be eaten moderately. Then we are having fruits and vegetables which should be eaten much more. Then next is bread and cereals which should be eaten the most. So according to this healthy pyramid, if you maintain it, then you will have a proper balanced diet which will keep you healthy and fit. Now children, let's know a very important word, that is health. What is it? Health is a state of complete physical and mental well-being. For maintaining good health, our body needs a balanced diet. Second, regular exercise. Third, proper rest. Fourth, good personal hygiene. And fifth, clean and hygienic surroundings. So if we do not fulfill these different needs of our body, we may fall ill and get diseases. Now let's know the definition of disease. What is disease? A disease is an abnormal condition that negatively affects the structure or function of all or part of an organism. Diseases may be caused due to malfunctioning of some body parts or due to lack of particular vitamins or minerals in the body. Diseases are classified into two main categories. First, communicable disease and second, non-communicable disease. Let us define communicable diseases. The diseases which generally get transmitted from one person to another are called communicable diseases. These diseases are transmitted either through germs like bacteria, virus, fungi or non-living or living agents. The germs enter the body of a person through first nose or mouth and the second is from food and water taken. Children, as you know that COVID-19 is an example of communicable disease and this disease is being spread by coronavirus. As you know, this virus also enters our body through nose, mouth or eyes. Hence, to protect ourselves, we should wear mask, face shield and use hand wash to wash our hands, and also we can use sanitizer to sanitize our hands and keep it clean. Children, you can see the slide that how to use the hand wash and wash our hands stepwise. Now next, let us know what are the agents by which this communicable diseases spread. It spread through number 1, by insects. Diseases like malaria and dengue are spread by bite of mosquitoes. Plague is spread by fleas. Second, by air, water, and soil. Air, water, and soil are non living agents which can transmit diseases. The germs of the disease enter air, water, or soil through coughing, sneezing, etc. by an infected person. They can then enter the body of another person. Germs of common cold, measles, and chickenpox spread through the air, while germs of diseases like cholera, typhoid, jaundice spread through water. Now, in the next slide, let's see and know that what are the prevention measures of communicable diseases. Communicable diseases can be prevented by observing the following precautions. First, all the articles and clothes of infected persons should be disinfected. Second, one must always cover the nose or mouth while sneezing or coughing. Third, the surroundings must be kept clean and hygienic. Fourth, water must not be allowed to stagnate around homes. Stagnant water is the breeding place of mosquitoes. Fifth, it is important to keep on changing the water in room coolers, flower pots, and other containers after every 3 to 4 days. If not changed, such water can become the breeding place of dengue mosquitoes. In this slide, you can see children, next we have non-communicable diseases. Diseases which generally do not get transmitted from one person to another are called non-communicable diseases. While some of the diseases may be present at birth, a number of them are caused due to deficiency of some particular nutrient such as proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins or minerals in our diet. Such diseases that are caused due to some deficiency in our diet are known as deficiency diseases. Now let's know the different examples of deficiency diseases. First, protein carbohydrate deficiency disease. As we know, protein is a body building nutrient and carbohydrate is an energy giving nutrient in our body. Hence, its deficiency causes diseases with the given symptoms. First, improper growth of the body. Second symptom, loose skin and sunken eyes. Third symptom is thin and light hair. Fourth, person is inactive and gets tired easily. You can see the slide, children, where protein and carbohydrate deficiency disease has been shown. Second is mineral deficiency diseases. Minerals like calcium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, and sodium are present in our body in small amounts. Deficiency of different minerals in our body leads to improper functioning of different parts of the body. For example, iron deficiency causes anemia, where hemoglobin content in the blood becomes less. And the symptoms are a person looks weak and pale, gets tired very easily, and is prone to different infections. Second deficiency caused due to calcium and phosphorus. Its symptoms are weak teeth, lose their shine and whiteness. Second, weak, soft and fragile bones. Third deficiency caused due to iodine is goiter, that is enlargement of glands in the neck. Children, you can see the picture in the slide. A person shows swelling in the neck region, has retarded growth and mental disorder suffering from the deficiency of iodine. Now, in the next slide, children, you can see the meaning of hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a pigment found in blood which transports oxygen and provides red color to the blood. Now next in this slide you can see vitamin deficiency diseases. First, deficiency caused by vitamin A. It causes night blindness. Its symptoms are unable to see in dim light. The person has dullness in eyes. He suffers from dry and scaly skin. Second deficiency caused by vitamin B is beriberi. Here the symptoms are extreme weakness and paralysis of body parts. Third deficiency caused by vitamin C is scurvy. Its symptoms are swollen and bleeding gums, loose teeth, and pain in joints. The next deficiency due to vitamin D causes rickets. Its symptoms are soft and weak bones, bow-shaped legs. So, in the next slide, children, we come to know about a new term, that is malnutrition. It is a term used for a condition caused by improper or inadequate nourishment. It often results in one or more of the deficiency diseases. So children, you can see the various diseases caused by the deficiency of nutrients in our diet. Hence, you should always have healthy food. So, to remain healthy and fit, let's know the prevention of deficiency diseases. The deficiency diseases can be prevented by adopting the following measures. Number 1, one should take a balanced diet containing all types of nutrients. Second, one must follow good food practices and habits. Third, children must be given adequate amount of milk, milk products and additional food items like juices, soft boiled rice, porridge, etc. So children, always follow healthy food practices. So stay healthy and fit. So thank you children and have a nice day ahead.